The whole thing is going to come down right to this section here. And what we're working on is this is KYC bypass and taxes. Now we're going to do a series here that we're going to get into. The series is going to go for the entire month of May and June. And what we're going to do is cover the best ways to get through KYC and also how to avoid taxes on, not avoid, let me say that correctly, how to lessen the taxes when working in crypto, right? Because you can't avoid taxes, but what you can do is find ways to um, pay a less amount and also build tax shelters, right? So we're going to get into that today. Make sure our language is correct. We're not trying to avoid taxes. What we're trying to do here is pay our fair share of taxes, and a share that is actually makes sense. Not 50% of gains, right? Um, which makes no sense. But today we're going to start off with something really simple. It's the KYC bypass. And this is a very simple process. And our process, you jump in here, and what you need is a dual citizenship, right? There are a few different ways to get dual citizenships. A lot of places have really good dual citizenships, but they do cost a little bit more money because with dual citizenships, that also comes with the fact that you have to be a resident for a while, certain stipulations that you have to follow, a lot of things that you have to um, get done, live in a country for 3 months, 30 days, et cetera, et cetera, have land or a bank account and all these things. So right now in crypto, the easiest thing to do is called a Palau ID. Now the Palau ID is the simplest and the cheapest way to get yourself a dual citizenship to use KYC. Now, what KYC basically is that in America, we have a lot of rules and regulations that American citizens, when you have a single citizenship, um, because of taxes and all these other things, the exchanges are under extreme pressure to provide information on their customers, right? Meaning no one really cares who the customers are. They just care if they're American citizens, right? So they want to know all the Americans that are buying crypto, if they're aware that they're Americans. And if they are Americans, they want access to your trading information so they can properly set up ways to tax you on a coin. So say you bought, a coin and it went up 100%. Now we do this regularly where we make 50% to 100% on a trade a day. So that means that as soon as we make that trade and it goes up to that 100% or whatever it is, um, you know, you're at the mercy of being tracked as an American, and you immediately have to pay 50% of that to taxes, right? So when you sell your coin, you'd have to pay 50% of that. So you take 50% of your gains, throw it into a tax, uh, you know, coin, right? So something like maybe USDC, and you just keep putting that in there, and then you kind of like just know that that's what you're going to end up paying in taxes, if you keep winning. But if you lose, then you also, you have your losses that add up. But the only thing that KYC is made for is to find the Americans, uh, create some type of taxing and tracking situation on Americans, and kind of put them in a situation. Now, what sucks is a lot of the exchanges don't want to deal with KYC, and they try to fight it, but then again, they're getting pressure from the SEC, and they're getting pressure from big people, big things in the world, because they're trying to shut down crypto because crypto is freedom. So what they do is they create a KYC protocol where you have to basically, based on your VPN, based on your um, area that you're using your computer, they recognize that you are in America, and they will ask you to KYC because they want to make sure that you're American, or if you're not American, you can identify yourself properly. So KYC is something we need to get around, and it's very easy to do. The Palau ID is a digital residency program. It's the quickest one to get a quick um, regis- uh, a quick dual citizenship in another country digital residency in another country that allows you to actually get an ID that's a valid residency in another country. And by having residency in another country, then you can take that ID when you find it in the mail, and you can actually just use that ID to sign up for KuCoin, right? Which all Americans got kicked out of, and also MEXC, which all Americans will be kicked off on June. So you need to get this Palau ID if you're going to trade on MEXC by June, and you should already have it because if you're an American trading on MEXC, there's a big possibility that they could freeze your account and ask you to KYC. And if you don't KYC, you won't be able to get your funds. So you can lose all your money inside of MEXC if you don't have this digital residency for KYC, or if you're caught on KuCoin and you don't KYC properly, you can lose all your money on KuCoin. So this is something, if you're trading and you have money on KuCoin, if you have money on MEXC, you definitely want to get yourself a Palau ID immediately and protect yourself so that way you can't lose your money. Um, so this right here, we have the website set up. Now this will be inside the Discord under the how-to. And the how-to is very simple. It's going to be at the bottom of our little section here. You'll see what we call the alpha. Here's an alpha section. And in the alpha section, there'll be a little part here that will basically be called how-to, right? So there'll be a how-to section in here. And what that's going to do for you is get you to a point where all the information that you need to have will be inside of there. And then you can just how to, and I'm going to bring this up here so you can see that it's going up there right now. This is where the videos for everything going on will be. And it'll be right at the bottom of the alpha section. It'll say how to, and this is where you'll be able to find this video and all the other videos that we create right there, how to. So we're going to put this little bit of section here. We're going to open it up and we're going to call it the Palau ID. And what that Palau ID is going to do is be in there. We're just put ID right now, but it'll be called the Palau ID. So we're going to put ID right now. And that's where you'll see information for that. Now, this is also where you can find information on the taxes and all the videos that we're going to do for taxes and tax shelters and all those things that we need to do inside the Discord. We're going to build it right here, put the how to. And this is also where you can find information on like how to buy base, right? So if you want to buy base protocol and buy the coins that are on the base protocol for Coinbase, like Brett, um, Boomer, and all the coins that were on the base. We're going to teach you how to turn Ethereum into Ethereum base, and then that way you can purchase all your tokens. But this is the how-to section, and this is where you'll find all your videos and everything like that. So let's get back to what we came for, a very simple explanation of what's called the Palau ID, right? So first things first, super explanation here. Here's the website right here. You'll find that in there. We'll take it just like that. We'll copy, and inside there, we're just going to pop this in. Bada boom, bada bing, and there you go. So now there's your Palau ID. That's in the how-to section. Now let's go through the notes here. So steps to becoming a digital resident of Palau. You need a digital version of the passport photo, right? So you'll need a digital version of a passport photo. You can usually get a passport photo at your local Walgreens, Walmart, local post office, most places, photo centers. Cost is approximately $15. Once you have a passport photo, take a picture of it on your phone and scan the image to your computer to create a digital copy. Now we're going to take this information and let's see if I can screenshot this, make it a little bit easier. And I'm going to copy, and we're going to pop this in over here, and let's see how that pops up. That might be a little small, so I might just take the steps itself and copy text and then put that text in there. That might be a little better. There we go, and we hit enter. All right, so you will need a digital version and and then we'll have the little piece in there so you can kind of see both parts. Now, that's the first part of that. Second part of this is once you do that, once you have a digital version of your passport photo, please proceed to the website and click apply, Plow ID. Choose your preferred package. 1 year is 248 bucks. 2 years, 1,039 USD. So obviously with the Plow ID, there's probably going to be a yearly cost to it. But to start off at 250, it's really cheap to get yourself protected from the MEXCs and the KuCoins of losing your assets. So 250 bucks to make sure that you don't lose all your crypto money is very cheap. Now, moving forward, we'll have other preferences of how to get real digital residencies, but more like dual citizenships, where you can create bank accounts and also get different shelters. But we'll cover that in um, another section there. So we'll take a picture of this, screenshot it. This is part 2. Simple business, copy. Now, so obviously moving along, there will be updates to what they charge, simple stuff like that. I'm gonna take this right here, copy text, put it here, and we're gonna post that right there. All right, so now that you have that part set up, the next thing is to step-by-step guide filling out your Palau ID. There is a YouTube channel that you can go to. Very simple. Copy text. Put that there. We're going to hit enter. Um, there you go. Plow ID. And now, once application is complete, stay tuned for email from with the next step. So I'm going to copy that text. So once you get all the steps complete, there's obviously a the next section to that, which would be pulling up the next steps. And Palau Digital Residency, the perfect ID. So this is a breakdown of the reasons why you use the residency, how you can use it, et cetera, et cetera. There's bonuses to it, and just explaining why you're going to use it. So more information that you can dig into and kind of build on that. And this is just a full breakdown of everything you need, full steps, digitized. Um, that's the same thing over and over. And this is just a website link. Will explain the perks of your digital residency, including bank account information, proof of residency, and tax-free income. So this is where you want to dig in, and we're going to take a little more section into here, because this needs to be broken down a little bit more to understand. Um, let's see here. To understand, what you can use your Plow ID for, and kind of like build in there. Let's see here. And move this forward. And all this section here will be inside that folder for you to take a look at. And all the updates, everything. FYI, you can track your progress of the ID when you log into their site. So update your original ID card within 10 days of email verification. So all the things that you need to do is going to be inside there. So you want to make sure you receive digital ID card within 10 days of email notification. The card was shipped, came in a big white envelope with return address from California. You need to log into the RSS portal, activate your ID, click manage, next stops. So you have all these steps here in the how-to section of the Discord, and that's it. So this is the very first part of getting through your Plow ID, guys. Go to the how-to section, read through all that, and other than that,